Hey everyone, it's Brian with Rock Ridge Bees. It is May the 4th, so may the 4th be with you. And I'm just out here doing some hive checks in the afternoon. Probably getting ready to harvest here, hopefully within about 2 weeks, do a May harvest and then put boxes back on and do a harvest in early July like normal. I'm looking at these colonies here because this colony on the left here, they had swarmed at some point and I went into them. I've got the dates on the top here so we can look at the dates. Looks like I saw some open queen cells on the 14th of April. I went back and I never saw any eggs. So they looked queenless to me after a certain amount of days after seeing open queen cells. So like open queen cells, I'm waiting for the queen to mate. I want to come back, I want to see eggs. I never saw any. So anyway, I had a swarm, a big 5-frame swarm. It had grown to be really nice. I said, what the hell? I installed all 5 frames of that swarm in the top. They had a laying queen. They had really built out my Pro Nuke box really well. So I basically took 5 frames out of the top of this, and then I installed that swarm just right in the top with the queen. And that was a week ago. That's a laying queen. I'm putting a laying queen in with a bunch of worker bees that are familiar with her, just basically hoping that they'll accept her in the new colony. And it looks like they did. I went in there today. There's eggs, and there's also 1 million bees in this colony because I did that. All the bees that were in there previously, plus basically installing another full nuke into the box, they're just huge now. They already had some honey up here, but now they've got 3 boxes mostly full, so I had to put a 4th box on just to really give them some space. This colony's doing really well. I never saw them replace a queen or go through a time of like broodless period. So they've done well. I put a new box on there about a week ago, yeah, 10 brand new frames. They already have it drawn all the way out. So I pulled the 10th frame out, spaced them out to 9 frames. Some of these other colonies are doing pretty good. Most of them with 2 boxes have like, especially the swarm right here in this box, they've got a good amount of honey. Some of them that swarmed later, like this one swarmed later, and this one is a little slower too, so they don't have quite as much storage in the top. Nukes over there are doing fine. I had installed the new queen in the middle nuke. She's a California VSH queen. I installed her in the middle one. She's doing well. This is a good little swarm. They're making this honey here. This was a 10-frame box. I pulled the 10th frame out to space them out to 9 frames because they had drawn it all out. Honestly, I'm out of supers, so I don't have a super to put on that one, but I probably won't anyway. I have enough equipment. I don't want more equipment. You kind of get to a point where, I don't know, I don't need any more equipment. I've got, if I need to move like some of these maybe are somewhat empty, if they don't start filling this up, I may move a somewhat empty box over to a stronger colony to get them to work on it, you know, if another colony runs out of space. This is doing pretty good. Most of these colonies are pretty good. I've marked on here either that they're really good or to come back and check them in 7 days to see if they're doing any more in the supers. Basically, I'm just preparing to harvest here, like I said, in the next 2 weeks or so. I just put the 3rd super on this one here. They're doing really well. Filled it up with 10 frames. They had all of this capped in the top, just about. I would say they probably had about 80% of that capped in the top box. So if you live around this area, Central Alabama or whatever, I mean, if you're not making honey, then you're not keeping bees right now. I feel like nectar flow is really well. The privet is pretty much done. You can see the privet there. All right, that's it. If you got any questions, let me know. Check your hives for honey boxes or check and make sure they're not running out of space. You know, at this point of the year, I try not to do any splits unless I have to. I just want bees to make honey. And if I sell any more nukes, you know, it'll be out of these colonies or any of the smaller colonies that I have split right here. Like I have a little nuke over here that's really massive. This was a split that I made. I just moved it into a Pro Nuke. I had some bees dumped on the ground, but I just moved it into a Pro Nuke because it was in another smaller 5-frame box that I had built. But they'll grow in this Pro Nuke for a couple of weeks. This is a great queen, a virgin queen from about a month ago. She's doing really well. So everybody's looking good. Thanks for watching. I know I probably rambled a lot here, but we'll talk to you next time.